Hello everyone, this is Monster Tamer Bloba coming at you with another video. This time, it's going to be another Kindred Fates video where we're going to be focusing on this little fella right here, Awburn. So, basically, we know the most about Awburn out of all the Kinfolk right now. We know his type, we know his evolutions, we know everything we can know about him. We don't quite know his exact evolution requirements or his exact skill set, but that's why this is going to be mostly a speculatory video. So Awburn is a fire type. Fire type means he is a zoner slash hit and run type of kinfolk. He mostly does attacks that are ranged, and sometimes he might get in there a little bit for an attack, but you'll see right up here that with we'll go and look at Awburn's combat clip of Awburn combat in just a moment. But first, I wanted to say that Awburn is the first ever kinfolk that's ever been revealed, and that's kind of made him the unofficial mascot. This is from the little trivia there, and because of that, Awburn is probably going to be pretty popular in the PvP when the alpha and beta come out. So understanding Awburn can really kind of give you a leg up because a bunch of people are probably going to be using him. Also, another side note is that Awburn was confirmed not to be one of the starters. So with that being said, let's switch over here. And here is this is part of the Kickstarter trailer, which one of the only times we ever get to see Awburn in action. So you'll see here. That's where the zoner slash move hit and run type tactics come in because of he's shooting a fireball out, and then right there you see his middle ability go on cooldown, and rewind it just a moment. Ooh, that's a little bit far back, but so you'll see he does a normal attack and then a big fireball. So this is one of his specials. And we can assume that that attack is going to do more damage, probably have a bigger AoE because, the bigger explosion. And he follows it up with another attack, and then he's about to evolve, which, for those of you who didn't know, in Kindred Fates, the Kinfolk do not evolve necessarily after a battle. They can get XP during a battle and evolve, so we'll look at his evolution. This will give us a chance to look at his evolutions a little bit. And you see there is Awburn over there, and he's going to go pick K-Knight, and you can actually choose which line you want to go to. And from a lore-wise perspective, it is the Kinfolk choosing, but you as the player, not the character in-game, not the Tamer, but you as the player in real life are taking control. You're playing as the Kinfolk choosing what they evolve to, but lore-wise, your Tamer doesn't have an input in that. And then one interesting thing about this K-Knight is you can see that he keeps this attack right here, the Q ability, which I'm not sure if that is going to be just a default melee attack, or if that means that attacks can carry over, kind of like an egg move from Pokemon or something like that. Might be looking a little bit too far into that. Otherwise, you'll see right here, he has the same fireball, what appears to be the same fireball as one of his basic attacks that doesn't trigger cooldown. See, no cooldown triggered. With Awburn. So that is something to keep in mind, is that their basic attack seems to be the same. And they also have that Q attack, which we didn't get to see in action, which could be something that's carried on between evolutions, or it could just be a basic melee attack. We're not sure yet. And next, I wanted to show you guys this. Awburn's Phantom. This is a equivalent of a shiny Pokemon. For those of you who know what shinies are, Pokemon, or Luma from Tim Tim. which is basically just someone that's going to be super rare version of them. I believe that it won't affect their stats, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But this is just an example of what he can look like with his Phantom. Nothing particularly outstanding to say that I don't believe Phantom's going to be in the alpha or beta, so we're probably not going to have to worry about this too much until the final game. This is his upgrade tree. There's always a choice to make. As it says, when evolving Kinfolk, there's always a choice to make. Every Kinfolk has a tree of branching evolutions. So you see, he chose to go to K-Knight. There's nothing else he can go from there. Or you can choose to go to Imbear, and then Imbear has two things, one of which is the Cinder ability. Then you see, I think that K-Knight is going to probably be... it's hard to say, but I think K-Knight's probably going to be more of a fast-moving, hit-and-run type person, where Imbear might be a little bit tankier, a little bit more about just doing ranged attacks, possibly, where K-Knight might be more about getting in, hitting, running away, coming back, hitting, relying on a speed advantage. And Imbear is probably going to be more about staying back. In one of the videos we saw Imbear actually do like a really big attack where it was far away and did like a massive explosion. Also, this could mean that K-Knight is not going to be as good as Imbear's line because that Imbear evolves multiple times. Or that could just mean that Imbear is worse than K-Knight, and that these things are on the same level as K-Knight, or K-Knight takes longer to get up to these levels. Like, perhaps, I'm throwing out random numbers that have no meaning. Let's say you have to get level 50 to get this guy, and K-Knight at a level 50 will be the same as him at level 50. I mean, that would seem kind of weird to me that a second level evolution would have the same power as third level, but once again, we can't know for sure. And here is just some art of Imbear. Show you guys what he looked like. And then here is some K-Knight, which is the one we saw in the video. I would think that Imbear and K-Knight would be really cool if there's smoke. They might have had like some kind of smoke screen attack or something like that that can obscure vision for a little bit or do something along those lines. I think that'd be a cool addition. And here we go. We have a little... This is getting into the really speculative territory. This is from one of the original trailers where Awburn is with his Tamer after one of the Kinfolk in the team died. And this is him, being all sad and asking his Tamer, what are we going to do? And the Tamer is like, well, I don't know. Then Awburn comes up to him and is like, hey, don't worry, it's all gonna be alright, let's get moving and stuff. So this could be kind of a speculation about, Awburn might be a compassionate type Kinfolk. They say most Kinfolk will have different personalities. I'm not sure how wide the range is. Like, is every single Kinfolk going to have different personalities? Awburn's all going to be these quiet, compassionate, cutesy type Kinfolks, or are we going to have like potential to see like a bloodthirsty Awburn that wants to kill everybody he comes across? That is something we don't know for sure yet, but what we do know is the one in the trailer, at least, showed him a lot of compassion towards his Tamer. Also, something we really into speculation again, because this is not confirmed to be the same Awburn that we saw earlier in the trailers or anything like that, or this isn't even confirmed to be the same Tamer who lost his Kinfolk earlier in the trailer, but earlier in the trailer we saw that there was a K-Knight who got killed by the Salamander along with the Avion, I think it was. And then the Tamer was able to retrieve his K-Knight, but he could not retrieve his Avion. So I'm wondering, maybe if your Kinfolk get down in combat, maybe they devolve. That could be something. Maybe they lose levels, devolve or something. Kind of like in Digimon, like the first season, when the champions got beat up and everything, they would go back and revert back to their smaller forms. The Kinfolk might have something like that. Like I said, this is in no way confirmed, but it's fun to speculate. What if the K-Knight got wrecked by Salamurder, and then he devolved back down to Awburn, and then the Tamer's just sitting here. He's all sad because he has lost Avion, and then now his little Awburn, which just got devolved. And sitting here, it's like a 1-2 punch. He lost one of his kinfolk forever. Now this other one has been, all this work he put in, got knocked back down. But yeah, that could be something. That could add a layer of coolness, in my opinion, and a little more, even more, fear to combat, and fear to losing your kinfolk in combat, because there's already that fear of death, but then you also have that fear of, oh man, even if I save him, is he going to devolve, is he going to lose levels, or what have you. And then that will bring me up to this video again, because you see here where he can do that little restless soul thing, and there is, but you do see there's also still that bar above the skullkin. I'm wondering if there will be an actual bar above your kinfolk when they die and stuff like that. But yeah, that's getting into even more speculation for another time. But yeah, this has been pretty much everything we know about Awburn so far. We've seen him in combat, we've seen some of his evolution, see what they can do. So leave comments and let me know what you guys think. Do you think that people will devolve? Do you think that that Awburn is just something completely different? What do you guys think about Awburn's skill set? What do you think about Awburn as a kinfolk? Will you be picking him? Will he be one of your first choices if he is in the alpha? Are you getting one of are you one of those lucky few from the Kickstarter who's getting an adorable Awburn plushie? Just let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on Awburn and what your thoughts on everything around just Kindred Fates in general is. But anyways, this has been Monster Tamer Bloba. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you please excuse me if I cut out a couple of times. I'm not feeling super well right now, but I was really excited to get this video going, and it was a ton of fun making it, and thank you all for watching. See you all next time, and have a wonderful day.